Hello everyone. Hello guys. So welcome today to the second part of building the NightlyMoral bedtime application. So as you see, we have some nice progress in here. And for all of you who don't know, basically this application is an app that is gonna help your kid to sleep better and also help the parent to basically have a very nice story in the palm of their hand. Of course, this is not a normal story, This is a story where the name of your kid is going to be mentioned, that it's going to be written for you, that it's going to be generated based on what is the best for your kid in terms of how active he is. And also, we have different features in here as well, where you can choose a bed, you have very nice graphics, and the art of the application is very nice as well. So we really have plenty of interesting things going on. And the most important thing is that at the end of the story, there is a moral, a small message, like a feedback, of what is the main message of the story. Because this is something that I love to do with my own son, that after we read the story together, I ask him, okay, what did you actually learn from this? So this is what we want to do. I believe it's going to provide a lot of value to a lot of different people. So this is how the app is looking like. How this is working, well, this is using Expo from Bolt. You see, this is the avatar, this is the pet that you choose, this is the name of your daughter or son. Then you have here how many stories you have read, how many you have in favorites. Then we have here the latest adventure that you actually created, the latest story. Ready for me a next adventure. You can create a new one here. I think we should move this button up here in the middle because, I think people will be just creating a new one more often than listening to the old one. This needs to be improved. This bottom part, I don't like it. So we can start with the bottom part, So we say like in the app index screen, please improve the bottom cards, stories, they straight word learn. Make it as a one section, not separate cards. Consider if it's even worth to keep it for kit or to replace it with something else. Then something else we can do too is also move the create story button above the latest story. Let's see. Oi, I'm already having too many messages, which by the way, I think we should. This is not because the project is too big, because the project is not yet that big. But this is because basically I think the chat is becoming too big. So here we have a list of things that we can do. This is what we should do, possibly. Switch to discussion mode. Okay, how to do switch to the discussion mode in the bold from box on your, yeah, we know how to do. Generate a short summary of our content so far. Copy that and place it on the bold. Okay. Then open the menu. Next to the menu name, click duplicate. Okay, well, it's asking us to start a new chat. I'm just not sure if this is something that we could do on this hackathon, because if we create a new chat, basically, well, they will not lose full track of everything. Maybe we can do this, Worst case, I can put the two URLs of the Bolt project that we have. Now we're burning really a lot of tokens very quickly. And of course, that the chat is huge. Cool, so we have this. It's looking amazing. We still doing the changes, that's why I still see it the same way. So let's give it a time. Let's wait a little bit. All right. I think here we have also everything explained before. So we can explain here as well that how the building images and so on is working. So I can explain you in the meantime, guys. This basically, when you will create a story, this will create here the story with the context of the user, of the actually the user's kid in this case. We will pass this to OpenAI 04. This will generate for us the whole story. It will generate for us as well, you know, the title. And then we will have a DALL-E 3 to create a very nice art. You see, it's optimized to make it a little bit comical, but not comical, like anime-ish. But I think we should make this more for kids. I mean, that looks, but not for a toddler or something. So we have to improve this a little bit. And then after this, we're running another function, which is stream the audio with timestamp from ElevenLabs. Why we need a timestamp? Because we need to synchronize the text while the audio is being read. So I will later show you how that is working. However, the thing is, this generation, I did it on Supabase because, in Supabase Edge function, by the way, because it was really complicated, at least for me, you know, to make all this generation and then upload it to the bucket on Supabase from iOS. It was working on here, was working on Android, but it wasn't working on iOS. So to simplify the process, to make sure that it's gonna work everywhere, and again, we're in an MVP version, it's just easier to move this to a function that is gonna run always on the same environment. And that's why the reason I went with Supabase, and it worked perfectly fine. So every content is basically stored in Supabase, images and so on. Of course, we could store this on the phone, but I wanted to use a lot of Supabase, especially for this hackathon later on. We can, you know, improve this a little bit better, but for now I want to like this. Cool. So we have this. Now we move the button in here. Nice. Cool, looking better. Days reading. Well, I don't know if this is even using real words. Book collector, blah blah blah. Okay, this is a nice look that we have in here. Super cool. Cool. So how this works? We enter here. We click play. This doesn't sound on web, by the way. But as this is playing, it knows when it has to change basically the highlighting of the text, and it's be reading the story for your kids, which is, by the way, guys, it's looking very sexy, isn't it? I really like it. I don't know if you like it as I do, but oh man, it looks very magical. You know, kids will love it. Now this should be automatically centering, which is not happening. So let's fight with Bolt, man. Hey Bolt. Hey dude. Wasting tokens like this, huh? Okay, so let's ask him, highlighting text. When plain audio is not being kept always visible or auto scrolling. Why is that? So let's see. see here what else we could do. This we already have basically enabled. I use these ones. This works very nice, but it removes code which doesn't seem to be used. So, for example, you have to make sure that Supabase functions are in some ignore file for this, otherwise it's going to delete your Supabase functions, and that's not something you want to have. Okay, we got an error. Check here. This is very quickly let us know what happened. Well, this is what happened. Unexpected token. Well, dude, fix it for me, please. Wait, looks how the tokens are going now. Super fast, guys. I think it's time to really create a new chat. Here, let me check with ChatGPT if we can create a new chat on Bolt and it's valid with the latest rules of the project of the hackathon. Okay, Mr. Bolt about this. Okay, seems like it's fine. Let's see. Still not working. Okay, but let's create a new chat, I think, guys, because this is gonna eat my tokens super quick now. So let's update the README to reflect our latest changes. How the app works. And DB structure. Okay. You know, with this, we can very easily move, you know, to a new chat. Let's see how this is gonna work. Guy, it's time to make coffee. A second. Or Right, coffee on the way. Let's see this. We got this nice structure. So we got here this old. Nice, 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 nice. Let's looking at the project. This project is still too small, right? You look at it, nothing huge. But interesting. Well, I don't know, guys. Shall we keep this project? Shall we duplicate it? It's very interesting, you know. Duplicate this. Let's see. Let's see the token too. Now the membership 200, guys. So after this one is 300, it's gonna get more pricey, right? Who cares? Okay, my guys, here we have the coffee. Adopt Brazilian light roasted coffee. You know, I don't like dark coffee. I like when the roast is medium to light. Okay, let's see what this did. Come on, man, be nice with me, you know. Click here again, we clear the plane. Oh, this is looking good. It's moving the scroll. Ay, 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 almost. No! It still doesn't automatically move the scroll down while playing the story. Come on, man. This is looking nice, guys. I mean, looking very cool. It looks better in the mobile because you have nicer resolution. You know, here, of course, it doesn't look the best, but it's gonna look very nice once we run this on the iPhone. Yesterday I was training a little bit of kickboxing, and oh man, after 2 years, 2 months, sorry, of not training because I had an operation recently, I feel my body great again. It's a bit of pain in the muscle, but that's a good pain to feel, you know. Okay, let's see. Cool, we got this, we got that, this and that and that and this. We click here play and let's see. Mia was fascinated with space and dragons. One night, she was gazing. Come on, man. Really? Maybe we go here. Choose this one. Maybe it's because of that specific story. Let's just, I don't think so, but it's always good to try and see if there is another reason behind that, you know. Just double check it. Oh. To scroll down automatically so that you see the text that is currently highlighted. Highlighted text to be always visible. Screen. Now, something cool about this app is that later we can add an option to have different kits at database level. I think we support this, by the way. So if we go here, put less stories. This is how many stories I created. We have a limit. So these are the kits that I have, you know, hypothetically speaking. And basically this is assigned to the user ID. So here, for example, the same user could have many different kits. This was a bug, by the way. So how this works is that, yeah, like I know that with this database structure, this is going to allow me later to have a very nice option here of how to select a different kit. Let's see if this is true. Yes, okay. Sometimes you have to be careful also with these errors because sometimes you get an error, but it's nothing critical. And if you start fixing these things, it might take you forever, guys. So, okay, we go here. Let's see. It doesn't work. Ah, Bolty, what's happening to you, my friend? Is this doing doesn't component that we need to edit? Because I think Bolty is going bananas here. Dude. Sure. It automatically scrolls down content. At the moment, the code doesn't even move in the storage. Well play. Sometimes it's good to again remember him what you're talking about. Sometimes you just don't tell him exactly what you were saying, for example, this context, and then he will see that this is the problem, and it's not a problem. He's speaking about something else, and he do a completely different fix. Seems like he's very optimistic, like here, but let's see. Anyway, guys, let's fix this. Well, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And we can keep this one for the next session. What we will do later, we will improve these icons. We will improve, I think, well, we will test the whole app a little bit longer. And we will implement in here basically revenue cut to make this nice. Now we have this streak. I don't know if this is even working. Check that specific thing. Okay, let's check. Come on, Bolty. You can do it, my man. This wasn't working before, and it was a new change that broke all this functionality. Exactly. No! Fuck. Yes. Okay. Why this is not working? I think I think that this is not touching everything that we need. I think this possibly maybe needs to edit something, some different file. I don't know. So let's see. Hey Grizzly, why my camera is so small? Man, that's a great question, bro. We will make it bigger just for you so that you can see. We will need to increase it a little bit, to be honest. We will make it bigger. We can actually make bigger the browser now. The camera, I will need to play with that after the stream. But yeah, good point there, man. We will increase it. Here's a guy to point out the camera issue. Cool, so what do we have in here? All right, we got basically, have to try the story. Now we click on play. Now let's hope this is gonna automatically scroll down as the text is being highlighted. Let's see. Now it scroll a bit. Ooh, didn't scroll all the way. Now it scroll a little bit. The first time it moved. First time the highlighted text moved, but after that it didn't move more. I'm just feel like wasting tokens here. Anyway, guys, so I will be finishing now the streaming. We will continue with the latest changes later. We will also improve this image. This is very easy change to do, by the way. We just have to change the prompt a little bit and put that it has to be a kid version anime like content. It looks too detailed and shouldn't be as detailed in my opinion. We want to make it more kid friendly. Anyway, guys, so I have to say goodbye to you. Thank you very much for being with us today. We will continue the journey of building way more apps. We still have, I think, around 5 days for the Bolt.new hackathon, the biggest hackathon in the whole world, to finish. And well, let's continue